If you ask me, if Delta was a proper state, as I believe they have now woken up to be, I don't have opponents. Let me run down the persons who had said they want to contest election. From the APC candidate. The APC candidate will come across as a younger friend of mine. We had crossed our paths. And I'd like him to demonstrate some skill of character, because if the APC candidate came to me years past and said that you're an enigma, your character is not that of a Nigerian, that you are the only black man in the world that I've seen that has rejected ministerial appointments such as you have done, I would expect that that same position should stand, and it should yield the fact that now that he knows that the entire state is rooting for me to be governor, to do what is appropriate. That's what I call character. Everybody knows that whatever I've said from day one to date, I mean it, I practice it, and I want it to work. So that being the case, I like every other person to follow suit. Now, what I didn't find very funny was why the Shekiri people are great people. The mother is a Shekiri from Koko. Why lie to Christians in primate or Archbishop Aramare's church? That is the mother is from Agalokbe, or wherever you call it, Anokbe town. The mother is the sister of Ayomike. He is the cousin of the Ayomikes. So be proud of whatever you have. Just as I am. I'm from Oginibo. Paternally and maternally, I'm from Jesse. It's like I saw this other young man. He comes across as somebody in my front that has a lot of respect for me. I'm talking about the young man called Kempela. Kempela is an Ijaw man. He's from Brutu. He's from Ogwebibiri. But they have settled here. Settling here does not amount to being an aborigine. They are still settlers. You know, he knows that. But you see, in politics, anybody who wants to go to politics must open his hands wide and be allowed to be searched. That's the minimum. Delta State had gone through too many, travails in life that I believe very strongly we must root for the best. So Kempela, being an Ijaw man, does not make any difference. Why lie to the people? I've got a lot of call every day. Everybody know that Kempela duped Clarkson Majumi of his bank, the Uyemi Community Bank, and bankrupt the bank. So everybody's calling me. People are coming with their passbook to come and ask me if I'm going to pay the money, since of course I was the one who removed Kempela from the ICPC detention at the time. That being what it is politically, I talk about my friend, Great Ogboru. I went to London to bring Great back to the country. But I bought Great a Mercedes-Benz car, 230 at the time. And when Great was not finding it convenient to even alight from the plane, having discussed over 3-4 months before his coming, I was the one who went to the plane. And then you saw the media, you can go back to that. Gbagi went to bring Great Ogboru back. I believe in Delta State. I believe in everybody that is from Delta. A great man of God said to me, to be precise, on Monday, one of the greatest, biggest name in Christendom, an archbishop, that Great Ogboru came and told them that he was not in for this election to win, but much as he's not going to win, Omo-Agege, who he considered and claimed to be the greatest fraud of our time, will equally not win. So that is there. I think Great will support me any day, anytime if the chips are down, because I've proven to him friendship, character, and brotherhood. Who is there? You talk about a young man called Sheriff. Sheriff is a young person. Sheriff knows very well that he cannot be the governor of Delta State for whatever. Forget all these legal trappings, forget all these stories, forget all this buying of whatever he wants to buy to keep himself, in the system. Sheriff will not stand a chance. Every Deltan, just as they've rejected Okowa for theft and misappropriation of their common patrimony with regards to their fund. Sheriff has not said anything to anybody. He has nothing to say. He cannot do anything. What actually is playing out is not because Okowa loves Sheriff, but Okowa wants a situation where he finds a fool or somebody who is a nitwit, somebody who cannot say anything. What can Delta say? What is the evilness in the whole system? What law has been passed? What has been done to show that Delta State, that was the first in the country with regards to knowledge, ability, and what have you, has come to play? So what I'm saying is that Sheriff, in my opinion, is not a candidate. He's a child that Okowa wants to put there, a deaf and a dumb child, that Okowa believes that with him, he will continue in his illicit arrangement to defraud the people, put the people underground in what we call an impoverished situation. So I don't agree that PDP has got a candidate. When the time comes, it will be clear that PDP does not have a candidate, and I don't see them going very far. You can play, but you cannot play God. Apparently, it is not clear. When I told you in one of the interviews that Okowa can kill 3 people here in the room, go to the other room pretending to be talking to people and kill more. The video this morning, vilified my position. The video, authenticated my position that is the man. You can see him talking beyond even what God himself can say as to how he wants to rig the election, as to how he wants to tramp upon everybody, as to how he has brought Israelis to compromise the Beaver's machine, as to how he would bribe all INEC people. He will put money. This money he's talking about to pay and bribe. As you can see, even Atiku is afraid of God to some extent. Even Tamboa wants them to do it properly, but Okowa has said, I said, do or die. If you listen to that video, then you will understand where I came from, why I jettisoned my relationship and proceeded to where I am right now. He will do anything because of fear of incarceration, because of fear that he will go to jail, because of fear that he has trampled on the people, because of fear that he has stolen the people, because of fear that there's nothing to show for the kind of resources that has come to the state. So he is worried. Why Atiku believes that whatever happens, he will go back to his Dubai haven. Tamboa has nothing to fear. They are worried as to the dexterity of this character called Okowa, as to how he has been able to dupe the people to nakedness. Look at how he replies, or he gets children. You will say anything you can imagine Okowa can do. Look at how he insulted Papa Clark. That shows that it's coming from a distance of decadence. How would you talk? Clark support, I was there when Clark supported him to be a governor. Nobody should speak the truth. Delta State has become the headquarters of lies and telling of stories. How would he insult A.K. Clark? How will he insult James Ibori? How will he insult Kenneth Gbagi? How will he insult? He has insulted everybody just because he wants to. I once recall when one of the former governors came to me and said, listen, from what he knows, that Okowa will do any and everything, including killing everybody, to get to where he is. I just told you how he has compromised some of my party members to want to change the coalition unit, which is contained in his video, that he was going to do everything to compromise INEC. He should get all of them. He's paid them money. He's compromised the viewers. He knows. And I was there when he was talking to this Israeli chap. So I authenticate that video to all Nigerians to be correct. I've ask Deltans to take those monies. He wants to give you maybe 50,000. It's an insult. What will you do with 50,000 for 8 years of penury, strive, and nothing to show as a people? Even the pride of the fact that you have a man who is now being noticed as the greatest betrayer of our time, the greatest betrayer of our time. What will you do? This is the time for Christians to use their numbers to make sure that they liberate Delta State, vote Kenneth Gbagi for Delta State governor, and ensure that together with partnership to turn situations around. That's where I stand, and that's where every person with meaningful mind should look at it from and refuse and reject the rejection. Take the money. Is your money, because in any case you are going to pay the money, so you're just taking a bit of what you are going to pay back, because everybody will obviously pay this money that has been taken as loan and is being used to sponsor Atiku and people to put us down. So I thank you for this opportunity.